Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get back on the channel. Back on the channel. Eithan James, he's now 12-0 and the current WBO European welterweight champion. It's been a while, but delighted to get you back on, mate.
Yeah, it's been good. I've had a few fights in between, so hopefully we have a good catch up and on catch up on everything.
hmm Oh yeah, and before we get into it, his next fight is on the 16th of March at the Resorts World Arena in Birmingham, and he's fighting Owen Cooper, who's 9-0. And yeah, it is for the vacant English welterweight title. And of course, Eithan is defending his WBO European. And I had you on before you fought Georgi Veletkov.
Yeah, I had a fight back in, I think it was April last year,
Mm.
trying out welterweight, and I felt good at the weight, and then we pushed on and decided to stay at welterweight.
Yeah, was that your first fight at welterweight, that one?
Yeah, I think I was struggling a bit too much at super lightweight that we decided that we was going to try out super well. I was going to try out welter. And yeah, my body felt good. I had a good performance, and then we pushed on to James Moorcroft afterwards.
Talk about the fight with Veletkov. Of course, he doesn't really give back much, but he is awkward at times, and these journeymen can smother your work at time and can be hard to pin down almost. Not hard to hit because they are there to get hit, but like hard to pin down more like.
Yeah, it was more just getting back out after to start off the year and try out a new weight. So yeah, I wasn't looking for much back from him, but yeah, we got the win, and that's all we needed to do. Trying out new things, trying out a new weight. But yeah.
Mm. And I mean the fight after you fought at the Telford International Centre in Telford. You fought for the WBO European and you fought a very good opponent in James Moorcroft as well. Talk about that fight, unanimous decision. 98, 92 twice, 97, 94. I thought they were fair cards. I would say 96, 94 was too close. I would say maybe 97, 94, maybe how I had it.
Yeah, it was a good fight. James Moorcroft's a good lad. He was up for the welterweight English title as well. He had good performances of a good lad. So they're the sort of fights that I want to be in. I need to be in, and it just shows that when I fight these good lads, that I bring the best out of me in my performances. And I think I showed that on the night. Obviously, moving up to welterweight was good for me. Felt comfortable at the weight, and it just gave me the best performance that I could do on the night.
And of course, winning your first belt as well must have just made it an extra bit special, really.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. Obviously, we had a couple of pullouts before, but yeah, to start off my pro career winning a WBO European, it was good. It was a good feeling, and not just for me, but for everyone else that was involved with the team, my family, my friends that come to support. Yeah, it was a good topping off to the night.
hmm Of course, um, he. Was that the sort of fight you were expecting from, like were you like expecting that fight to play out how it did?
Yeah, I knew he'd be coming game and strong. I watched a couple of his fights, and he's always on the front foot, pushing the pace, sort of thing. But that's what I like. I like a lad that's setting the pace, pushing it on me, because I just like to pick a move, counter punch, and it sort of plays into my hands, which many people don't realize. But yeah, it sort of played out how I thought. Obviously, played. I thought it was going to be a lot tougher than what it was, but I'd say that's more on a good conditioning from me because he kept coming for all 10 rounds, so it was a good fight.
hmm I mean, you've had two absolute great fights. Of course, that Keenan one when you fought Wainwright, that was just full out war. I don't even think neither of you threw a jab in the whole fight. Well, you might have one or two, but I don't think there was many jabs thrown in that fight. I mean, and this fight, it was a bit more, I would say, sort of more technical, but there was times as well where you both went on the inside.
Yeah, there's times I needed to mix it up in there and like get close when I needed to. But I can do that. I've shown in the two fights now when I've needed to trade, I've traded and I've come out on top on both. Keenan Wainwright fight was a perfect fight at the time, I needed that sort of fight, and probably I should have moved up earlier, but watching back on it, it's all good experience, and I needed them tough fights.
Hmm. And when you like stepped on the scale and stuff before that Moorcroft fight, it was like it's finally happening because you know you've had those title fights. I mean, against the whole Conor Parker situation, the amount of times that fight fell through. But I mean, it must have just been like a relief, finally fighting for the belt, and of course winning it at the end, especially after all the cancellations, must have just been amazing.
Yeah, I was just glad to finally be getting my opportunity. Obviously, it's not nice having camps going all the way to the end of camp, and then you're having to put all the hard work in for realistically nothing at the end of it, even with even if the win was coming. So yeah, I was just glad to get the opportunity to actually fight for the title, and even better, that I got to bring it home.
And after when the final bell rung, did you believe you done enough to get the win?
Yeah, I just sort of had a feeling for how the fight was going all the way through. I just sort of knew I had the I was up on the cards. I just needed to stay safe, play into my own hands. But yeah, I think it was in my head. I knew I'd won convincingly, sort of thing.
Hmm. Of course, moving on to your upcoming fight. Of course, it's just under a month to go. You've got Owen Cooper, of course, in Birmingham. Is it his hometown?
Don't know about his own town. I know he's from Birmingham area, sort of thing. So it'll be his. He'll feel comfortable there.
Hmm. Talk about, of course, the whole card. I mean, it's a stacked card, isn't it? I mean, you no, you can't miss this one, whether you're there and in watching it live or watching it from home. You can't miss this one, of course. Stacked top to bottom, really, with title fights, including yourself fighting for the English and defending your belt. Joyce is fighting Ali. Heaney's beat fighting Brad Pauls. Yeah, it's just a top show overall, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good show. I'm glad to get the opportunity to be on these sort of shows. But that's what you get when you're taking good fights. Owen Cooper's no mug. He's 9-0. He's undefeated. He's a decent lad, so I know he's going to be game for the fight. So but I can just see myself coming out on top again.
Hmm. Of course, yeah. You do look at Owen. He's had those learning fights, but I mean, he did fight for the Midlands, either the fight before his last one, I think, where he beat Jamie Stewart. That was I can't have to think when that was. Oh, that was in November when Davis fought Baluta.
I think that was the same fight when same show when I
Oh
fought
yeah,
Keenan.
that was the same show you
Yeah.
beat Wainwright.
Yeah, Cooper's good. He's done 10 rounds before as well, so he knows about these title fights. I just think I'm a different level to the opponents he's fought before. That's not anything against him. I know he's going to be tough in game, but I just think my level of boxing and my technical side of it is going to pay a lot into this fight.
Hmm. Of course. What do you make of Owen as an opponent? Like, what do you? Of course, I imagine you've watched that fight back when he fought Stewart over the 10 rounds. And yeah, just what overall do you make of Owen Cooper as a fighter and as an opponent?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good opponent. Obviously, it'll be good to get him on my record. He's 9-0, so he's undefeated. But I just think he's going to be tough, game, durable, and we know he's got an engine. So we've been getting plenty of sparring in for that. But look what I can do for over 10 rounds. I showed what I can do for 10 rounds against James Moorcroft. So I just plan on doing exactly the same, boxing some my ability and my style, and just going in there on the night and doing what I do best.
Hmm. How's camp going?
Yeah, good. Camp's been going well. Having tough spars, tough lads, getting some fresh amateurs in, lot of switching over every 2 rounds. So yeah, definitely feeling good for this. And it's probably one of the best camps I've had.
Good to hear. Yeah, of course. I should have mentioned it earlier, but you said when you moved up to from super light to welter, do you feel like you're naturally more comfortable welterweight?
Yeah, my body just feels better at the weight. It's easier to make the weight, feel refreshed, feel stronger at the weight, and it's just overall a better weight for me to be in, I think.
Hmm. And of course, the fight is for the English. and the WBO European. What does that mean fighting? Like, of course, you're defending for your belt, but you're also fighting for another belt as well.
Yeah, obviously any chance I can to pick up another belt, I'm gonna jump at it. But the English is another prestigious title, so that I mean I have the English, the European. I'll hopefully then get to push on for the British and other titles pushing on the end of the year.
Hmm. Um, so of course, defending a title as well, that would get your rank up in Britain. Of course, you've got that title, and of course, winning a new one would get your rank even higher. So, big stakes on the line, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I'm 12 or 11th for the WBO. I'm eighth ranked in Britain now, so this sort of win for these titles will, I presume, will just boost me up and put me in line for other good fights this year. And they're the fights we want. We don't want to be taking no more learning fights, no more journeyman. There's no need for them now. I've been in the 10 round fights now, so I
Mm.
know what they're about. I know what I need to be doing, and I know I need to be fighting these sort of opponents.
Yeah, that's what you want. No looking back, because you've had your learning fights in the earlier stage of your career, and now it's your time. You just want to push on and see how many belts you can get, really.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't need to be taking backward steps. I just need to be focusing on title fights, Owen Cooper, this fight coming up, and then whatever happens after that happens. But right now, is Owen Cooper is the main priority, and we these are the fights we want, and they're the fights I need.
90 on BoxRec it said you're ranked number 92 in the world out of 3,000 odd fighters at your weight ranked on BoxRec. 92, so you're in the top 100 and hopefully climbing up the rankings.
Yeah, these fights will get me higher in them rankings. Obviously, 90 is good. Love to be in hopefully the top 20 by the end of the year, hopefully. But that's only going to come as long as I keep focused and look at the task at hand first. And I need this win over Cooper, and I need to push on to better fights, better ranked opponents.
Hmm. Do you believe, like, of course, even though Owen has done the 110 rounder before, of course, Stewart, yes, he was gamed, he came forward a bit, but do you feel like your style is all wrong for Owen? Of course, you can come on the front foot, make it hard for him on the inside, and you can also box, and you're a bit of a counter puncher at times as well. Do you feel like maybe if the fight goes to the later stages of the fight, that's where you could come on strong?
Yeah, definitely. I think people underestimate me, as in like I'm only one. I can fight one way, but I definitely can mix it up. I've shown I can mix it up. And I think just the level of opponents that he's faced, they've not been the same sort of level of what I've been at, and what level I am. But yeah, I think it could pay massively in the later rounds because he may think he's gonna come on top plate, but I know I can mix it up, push people back when I need to, and trade when I need to. So yeah, we'll just see it all on fight night.
Hmm. Of course, people like will look on the record. Of course, you're 12-0. He's 9-0. Of course, you haven't got a stoppage as of yet, but he's got three. Do you feel like if they people will be favouring him for a knockout, and they'll think he'll hit harder?
Um, Probably, maybe, yeah, probably. Don't really look much into it, but three KOs isn't massive. He's obviously not a massive puncher either. But I'm not really too bothered whether people think he's capable of stopping me. But that's down to what they think. But on the night, I believe and my team believes what I'm capable of, and I believe I'll come out the victor on March 16th.
Hmm. And I forgot what I was going to say. Hang on. I gone blank. Um. Oh yes. So yeah. Do you believe you're the favourite going into the fight, or do you go into every fight like with an underdog mentality?
Um, I believe I'm favourite. Like I go in there believing I'm better than anyone. You can't be going in there thinking that someone's better than you. But obviously, I'm not going in there underestimating Owen. He's won titles, and he's done good as the amateur in the amateurs as well. So I know it's going to be a good fight on the night. So I'm definitely not underestimating him. But I've got the belief in myself that when I'm in there on the night, I can beat anyone.
Hmm. Do you believe you'll win this fight by knockout, or the usual saying, if the knockout's there, it's a bonus?
If it's there, it's a bonus. Obviously, I'm not going to go looking for it, but I definitely think sooner or later it will come. I think the more people come to try and fight me, I'm going to be clipping them, and I just feel like that one will land one day. So yeah, there'll definitely be somewhere.
What can fans expect from you March 16th?
Just another good Ethan James performance, stylish, nice boxing, and a win.
Hmm. Of course, yeah, he is from Birmingham sort of area. Do you feel like, of course, some of the crowd will be there for him? Do you like when the crowd are sometimes against you and the odds are like, I wouldn't say the odds are stacked against you. I mean, the crowd sort of against you in a way.
Don't really hear much of the crowd, obviously, whether he's got a lot of support or not, but we've got a lot coming as well, so it'll be a good little rivalry if the fans get into it. But yeah, obviously in the ring I'm focused on what's happening. I don't really hear outside the ring and the crowd, but yeah, obviously I guess I'll rise to the occasion if I do hear it, and it would just be sweeter if the whole stadium's against me, then I'm winning. That'd be a better feeling as well.
Hmm. And what's what time do you think you'll be fighting?
I think I'll be on quite early, maybe half seven, 8-ish, depending on
So
the running
maybe one
time.
of the first ones, maybe opening up the main card sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll be one of the first on the main card. I would have thought. I think
Get the show off with a bang.
obviously all the title fights will be on TV, so yeah, hopefully.
Hmm. Um, yes, and before I let you go, do you want to thank whether that's fans who are coming out to support you, whether that's manager, trainers, sponsors, just anyone who's like helping you on your boxing journey at the moment?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the team with camp going on, all the fans that are coming out to support. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more coming as well. We've got quite a few tickets left, but I'm sure we'll get rid of them. And yeah, my sponsors team, I'm grateful for them. They're helping me out a lot, and without them, I wouldn't be able to take this full time. So yeah, be
Hmm.
grateful to all them.
Oh yeah, sorry. How can they contact you for those tickets? Of course, you said you got some remaining left. How much will they be, and how can they contact you?
Yeah, just drop me a message on Instagram. I've got standards left, so all the others are gone. Just not £55, and yeah, just drop me a message on Instagram. I'll be able to sort you some tickets out.
Hmm. And from me, mate, thank you for your time and all the best on March 16th. And yeah, thank you for your time as always.
No problem anytime, mate. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.